What's going on, everybody? I'm your host this week for the Marvelite podcast as we record really early in the morning.
Yeah,
Oh my god, because we've been fucking around with working on other stuff, and talking about other shit that
we've been
isn't
talking about
important.
all kinds of other stuff for like 3 hours now.
Yeah,
Oh,
we'll
yes.
we'll we'll make that we'll make that its own podcast someday, I'm sure. But with me, as you can hear, we have Nick from the West
Yep.
Coast,
Yeet.
and we also have our boy Aaron returning.
Hey, yo, what's Gucci?
Next up, we got some Fox news, and we don't have Luke here, unfortunately, to rant about us. But we got a little bit of drama. The first one is that apparently there's a little bit of tiff on the Dark Phoenix set, and it caused a male actor to storm off from lead actress Sophie Turner. And do you Nick? Do you remember the full story behind that, or I haven't
Uh,
pulled up?
it was like some interview she did with Glamour, I believe, and she was talking about
Hmm.
how she's still nervous on set or something about like speaking up if there's issues or
Yeah,
something like that. And then
I think she has trouble with confrontation, is what it was.
Jessica Chastain, basically the guy storms off set. Chastain's like, "You should go talk to him. You should say something," and she's like, "Nah." That was it, really.
Yeah, and so they just like reshot her scene without Guy and just focused it more on Sophie. And any guesses to who it could be? Maybe I don't know. All the guys in the X film seem nice and pleasant, so I'm wondering what could have been said that they could. All the women too. They all seem like if anyone, I would have
J-Lo.
guessed Jennifer. Yeah, I would have guessed her, but
Yeah,
it
cat
said
fight.
it said male, so that one's out. But all the other dudes there seem like pleasant, and tolerable. So I don't know. Maybe it was Nicholas Holt. But the other piece of news, and you could probably flesh this out a little bit better, is that ostensibly Fantastic Four killed that Gambit movie, which I'm
Yeah.
like, oh well, something good came out of that bomb.
Well, yeah. So this came from Rupert Wyatt, who was the first director for Gambit. He if you guys remember, he directed Rise of the Planet of the Apes, and I think he did something else, some other movies. But anyways, so he was the first guy brought on back in like 2015 when they first announced Gambit was happening. And pretty much he said that the reason it didn't happen, it was very close to happening. He said they were like just barely weeks away from starting on that version of it. And the reason it didn't happen is because Fant Four Stick flopped, and Fox was like, "Oh shit, we have no money now to fund this Gambit movie," and then they're like, "Well, we can't do rewrites because we're about to start shooting." So Fox just pulled the plug. They're like, "Nah, all right, never mind." So
Oh, wow.
Oh no, what a shame that we never got the Gambit movie with Channing Tatum.
and now
So
now it's at such a desperate point with this Gambit movie that Shannon's trying to direct it himself.
let it die. The
He
only,
can't.
like
It's
unless
a dream of
yeah,
his.
unless it's a Mr. and Miss X movie, I don't want it. I would much rather see a Rogue solo film where we see her drain the power energy out of. We will get to her in a minute.
Ugh.
We will talk about that in a minute. But Aaron, you got any thoughts about all this Fox drama and this Sony shenanigans and whatnot before we dig into the meat of the real topic here?
Wow, the Fox drama, that's funny. That's real funny. Yo. This isn't working. Yo, cut it. It's done. It's
You
done.
need to cut it.
Cut it. Gambit don't get movie. You got to cut
Cut it.
it. Yeah, no, dang, that sucks for Channing Tatum. He really wants this movie. He's like, I need my break, yo.
Man,
Give
I
me
just
a break.
I just can't see him as Gambit. I just can't.
I need to see him in a suit first, but
I need to
What?
hear his accent.
Yeah, I need to hear his accent. I'm sure he could pull off the appearance of Gambit, but the accent is what's really going to do it.
I can't remember the last thing I saw Channing Tatum in.
Uh, for me, it was either 21 Jump Street or Magic Mike.
Those are like
Probably.
really old though.
I know.
I think the last I
See
saw
how
him-
long it's been? Oh, wait, no. He played Superman in the Lego movie. I guess that's technically.
Okay, yeah, I guess that kind of counts.
Yeah, well, 1 and 2, so I guess that's technically the last time I saw him.
He's been doing voice stuff. He's only had
He did
voice
that
stuff.
Snowman movie too. What was it called?
Oh, yeah, the one with the Yeti.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
last, the last movie he actually acted in though was
It's like Bigfoot or something. Yeah, I haven't seen him live in a while.
Kingsman 2 was 2 years ago.
Huh.
Gambit's in pre-production. He has 2 movies in pre-production.
Eternally in pre-production.
Gambit and America, the motion picture. He's playing George Washington.
Well, all right then. But yeah, I think that's going to do it for this week. Where can people find you at, fellas? Nick.
They can find me all over social media at who's_Nick.
How about you, Aaron?
You can find me in the yard. It's going down. You can find me. You can find me in a shack, any shack. Just take your pick. But mainly, you can find me on social media at The Real Aaron Alexander on Instagram.
And you can also find me on my own YouTube channel and Instagram and most social media except Twitter at Will the Greatest. That could be our show for this week. If you have any comments or questions that you want to leave, drop it down below in the comment section with the hashtag AskMarvelite. We will see you guys next week.